A double nightmare. Like the young George Washington, Stephen Linscott, a 26-year-old Illinois theology student, could not help but always tell the truth. But he ended up in prison for it. The events that led to his incarceration began on October 4, 1980, when police in Oak Park, Illinois, were looking for elements to uncover the killer of Karen Ann Phillips. Karen, a 24-year-old nurse, had been murdered the morning before, and police were searching the Good Neighbor Mission, a hostel, for former inmates in hopes of finding some useful information when they came across Linscott. A highly respected theology student at a nearby college, Linscott worked at the mission, and when the officers explained what they had come to do, his thoughts ran to a recent nightmare of his own, in which he saw a blonde girl being beaten to death. It was only after much thought that he decided to tell the investigators about his dream. I was immediately intrigued by the possibility that my dream was an inspired experience, he later declared. If nothing else, going to tell the police about it seemed like an interesting digression for someone like me who had to study entire chapters of the Bible by heart. Linscott's dream aroused the keen interest of agents Robert Sianna and Robert Grego, who questioned him thoroughly. Linscott seemed to know so many details of the crime that he was stopped as a suspect. In November, he was formally arrested and charged. Although the trial was totally circumstantial, and although no motive had been discovered as to why he would have wanted to kill the poor woman, and the fingerprints found at the crime scene were not his, the jury found him guilty. Linscott was shocked by the verdict. "Everybody trusts the system," he later explained. "Everybody trusts the procedure based on fact-finding. No one realizes that it can be a no-win trap." Stephen Linscott spent 3 years of his 40 years in prison before the Illinois Appellate Court released him. The state Supreme Court later reaffirmed the prison sentence, but the Bible student again interposed an appeal and is currently free on bail.